Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Emily Pearls Show live from Memphis, Tennessee, where we talk about anything we want to talk about. All right. So tonight, we got our regular crew here. I see top fans coming in. Sandra, hey, what's up, girlfriend? All right then. Gonna go ahead. We got two special guests for you guys tonight. One has made it into the studio successfully, and one is still having a bit of technical trouble with the video. But however, if he cannot get the video to going correctly, guess what? We're just going to talk to him audio, okay? Audio always works because radio was here before what? Television, right? Yay! All right, bringing in the rest of the team is the heartbeat of the South and my every heartbeat, my son, Tim Harrington. Hey, Tim.
Hey, Mom, how's everybody doing?
Well, let me see. I'm trying to see. Okay, looks like we got a delay going on. All right, and we cannot do it. I see Chaz has made it in. Hey, you're showing on the screen. I see you in the green room. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, you're in twice. Okay, okay, good job. Yeah, you got rid of one of you. Excellent, Chaz. Okay, now y'all know we can't do this without Kathy CC Carlson. Hey, Kathy, how you
Hey,
doing?
Kathy.
Great. I'm so glad Chess made it. Thank you for
Me too.
everyone's teamwork.
Yeah, good thing I can see what's going on in the green room. Yeah. But
Mhm.
Kathy, you're looking like a Hollywood
Mm.
red carpet star tonight. Got your shoulders out. I got my shoulders out. Wow. Yours look better than mine, so I'm going to hide mine.
Oh, they don't. So, you're beautiful. Everyone knows you're beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Our
Kind. Thank
ageless.
you.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, we're not going to waste much time because we're going to have a lot to talk about tonight. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring our guests in. And Kathy, I'll let you just call each one's name, and then I'll bring that one in. Then you call the next person's name, and then we'll bring that one in. And then you can do your introductions, and then we'll take a commercial break, and we'll come back and start our interview process, okay? So who we got
Okay.
first, Kathy?
I guess we've got Irene Leland because she was first in the studio. So that's
All
an easy
right.
pick. Hey, Irene, how you
Hey, how
doing?
you doing?
Hi, Irene. It's great to see you back. Irene has been on the show before.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been on here. It's been about a year now, but she has been here.
Mm.
So, Irene, it's great to see you back.
Well, it's a great honor to be back, and I love you, Emily, and Kathy. You know I love you,
Love you
and you know I
back.
want to fall in love with you too.
All right.
Well, Irene is just wonderful. She's got all kinds of awards and acclaims for her songwriting. She
I
has
know.
Cracks in the Sidewalk is one of the songs, and I've been playing it on our brochure that I've been sending out on social media, and also, Wishing Well and all of that. And she also writes children's books, and she just had an illustrator finish them, and they're going to be made into audio books as well. So,
That's
um,
awesome. So let's get Chad in. Let's not keep him waiting.
Yeah.
okay, I'm Chaz, Ryan
Hi, Chaz.
Hi, Chaz.
Fatur.
Hey,
Hey.
Great to see
How you
you.
doing?
I'm liking that cap. All right.
yep.
Yeah, loving that cap. All right.
Right.
Great to see you. Sorry you had such technical difficulty, but you know how the show business is.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you know better than me.
Mhm.
You've been in it
Well,
longer than me. I checked out everything on you.
oh, okay.
But yeah, so Kathy, just give him a brief introduction. We'll go to commercial break right quick. Then
okay.
I forgot to hit the Twitter button to share over there. I got some other places I got to share it. So while the commercial's going on, I'll take care of that. Okay. Go ahead and
Yes.
tell us a little bit about Chad.
Okay.
Chaz.
Well, Chaz Fatur, he's written over 200 screenplays, so that's fantastic in itself. And he had one that recently that played in Finland, which is my homeland from my ancestry. And so he'll have to tell us about that. But he's also been an actor, producer, and he's a partner in Scuttlebutt Entertainment with a gentleman in New York City, right? Is that correct? Or do you have a different company for that, Chaz?
Yeah, it's a different Humanistic Films with my partner Eric Gorn and Patricia Gorn in New York. Yeah, so Scuttlebutt's mine.
Okay. All right. Thanks for clarifying. So, yes, I can't wait to talk with them and share everything about them. Yeah.
Forward to it.
Okay, yeah, I can't wait to get into it myself. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little break. I gotta go over here and hit that Twitter button so we get the rest of the people coming in here. And y'all listen, don't go away, stick and stay with us. So we're just getting started. And I want you guys to share, and don't forget to hit those like buttons so you can earn your fan badges, all right? All right, we'll be back.
Smushy butt, mushy cushy tushy butt, skinny butt, spinny with your mini butt, roly butt, eat your mustacholi butt, bony butt, riding on a pony butt, eggy butt, drop it on dad's heady butt, naked butt, stop. Put a Huggies on that butt, cause only Huggies is the #1 fitting diaper with a curved and stretchy fit. So no matter what kind of butt you got, we got you, baby.
Love is bigger than ever. The 3-row Subaru Ascent. Dog tested, dog approved. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
All right, we are back, and I'm doing some sharing as we speak. And I'm trying to see what we got here. Okay. I was making sure my button was working there. All righty, we got the Twitter button shared, and bringing everybody back into the studio. Okay, we got the Heartbeat of the South back in, CATHY CC, we got IRENE, and we got CHAZ coming back in. Everybody's here?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Looking good. CATHY, take it away. You're on deck.
Okay. Well, I'm going to talk to IRENE first because we have a collaboration going on with CHAZ. So I'd rather, save that when we talk with CHAZ as well. So, yes. So, Irene, you're known as a songstress. You hail from St. Louis, Missouri, and you've had a passion for songwriting since, you were young while playing piano growing up.
Right.
Can you tell us when you started and who your influences were?
Oh, great question. Well, I wrote my first song actually on the piano at age 9. And then I took up the ukulele and then eventually the big guitar, which was my favorite. And that's what I've been playing ever since. Um, and so I enjoy writing folk songs, pop songs, soft rock. I also do theme songs for special events and promotional jingle songs as well. And it's been all my life. It seems like it's been my vehicle for expressing myself through celebration of life and good times, and also helping me get through hard times in life. And I'm very grateful for my musical gift that I got from both my parents. So, yeah, kind of cool.
Oh,
That's a
wonderful.
blessing. You sound
Yeah.
like me. I learned my first two-finger piano song, or
Yeah.
maybe one finger
Oh,
piano song when I was 9 years old, and it was Silent Night.
I love it.
Yeah, Silent Night. All right, that is so great. And I see you there, Chaz. Yeah, I just did the one hand. Okay, yeah, I just did the one hand. And then as I got into my teens, well, I would say by the time I was 10, I was doing two fingers. Then when I got into my teens, I was doing three fingers. So, just
Oh,
climb a step at a time. But by the time I got 16 years old, I was the church musician for the angel choir during Sunday school.
oh,
And yeah, so I would not give up. I just kept going. So, Irene, I know where you're coming from. Yeah.
yeah.
And my mother was a musician too.
Oh,
Uh,
terrific.
t-
That's
yeah,
wonderful.
Tim's grandmother. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, well, I guess we can bring up Irene's book about her son, but because he was a maze expert, right? Because then we can bring CHAZ in right after that. And so can you tell us about the book that you wrote about your son, who is a maze expert?
Oh, thank you for asking. This is very dear to my heart. My Joey, he would be, oh my gosh, 54 now. He was a child genius, and I was so blessed to have him come into my life and all of our lives. But he had this tremendous, amazing gift of creating phenomenal maze puzzles. And unfortunately, he suffered very badly from mental illness, which afflicted him in his late teens and early 20s. And so I really felt compelled to write this story to share his incredible, brilliant life, as well as his devastating life as well.
Mhm.
I wanted people to understand and have more awareness about what mental illness is all about.
Mhm.
And in many cases, they're very gifted children that become afflicted with it.
That's
Jo-
true.
But Joey left a legacy of just incredible maze puzzles, and um, as I said, he was very gifted. And so my book talks about the symbolism of his ability to entrap you, the player, into the maze, and then the symbolism of how the maze ultimately took over his life, and he became the victim. And then the symbolism of how the maze. Yes, yes. But he chose the only way out that he could find, and I don't encourage in the book at all anybody to do this, of course, but he chose to be in God's world, and so we all respected that, and now I know he's flying all over the heavenly skies, and he's making mazes for all the kids up there and adults as well. But my story was, as I said, very dear, and I just I felt that I need to go on this crusade to share his life, his special life. It's so unique. And you know, he left such a legacy, and I'm very grateful for that.
Wow, that's so touching. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. So let's get back to CHAZ. Okay, CHAZ. So you were born in Riverside and you moved to Pittsburgh, and that's where you are now, right? And
Yeah.
you are also in the Navy. So can you tell us about how your career started in the Navy?
Yeah, I
Both
was
careers.
born back. My dad was originally from here in Pittsburgh area. He went over to California for 6 years after he graduated college. Met my mom. My sister and I are both born in California. And then I was a year and a half old, and we moved back to Pittsburgh, where my dad's from, because his father was ill. So we all moved back as a family. He got a job at Westinghouse. And I was raised here until I joined the Navy at about 18 and a half, right out of high school. And so I joined the Navy, and I didn't want to stay at home too much, and I wasn't ready for college. So I did my dad a favor. He was already struggling to put my sister through college, and I didn't want to do the same thing. I just say, look, I'm not ready for further education. I'm going to go ahead and join the Navy. So I did 18 years in the Navy. It's how I met the film industry. I was still in active duty, and when the film Pearl Harbor came to our base, and they were looking for real military background actors, and I got chosen, and I got to work like 16 days in 3 different scenes with them, and that was my first taste of behind the scenes and how movie making magic is. And I was I was blown away. I said, this is what I want to do, because I was trying to decide what I want to do with my life after the Navy. I had certain skill sets, but it wasn't until I did that movie set thing, and I was like, this is what I want to do. So I took a writing class in Ventura College, get the nuts and bolts, and I wrote my first screenplay in 2004. And like she said, since 2004 to now, I've written over 200 plus screenplays, anywhere from both features, the shorts, the TV pilots and stuff.
Yeah, Missing. Did you do Missing and The Devil Within Her? Was that you or no? CHAZ.
4 films I did, yes.
You did those? Yeah, I've seen those, and the series Missing. I'm watching it. Off and on, because you got to catch up with it. But also, you did Ali, right?
Yeah,
you worked with Will Smith.
My second project. I was still in the Navy again. A year later, the same casting company called me for Ali with Will Smith. Yeah, and I got to work that project, and then I got out of Navy in 2002. Right after that.
And I'm a Navy mom. Tim, my son, is retired Navy too.
Yes, I heard you there, shipmate.
Hey, what's up, shipmate?
All right.
What was your rating?
Yes, sir.
What was your rating, Tim?
Oh, a petty officer.
Yeah, but what's your specific job?
Boatswain.
Oh, boatswain. Yeah, BM. Okay.
Yeah.
I was at SH. Second
Oh,
class.
okay, great. Cool.
Yeah. Yep. I was on 4 different ships and 2 shore duties.
Oh man, wow. Did you share back?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we got that Navy talk going on. We women don't know what the heck. We women don't know what the heck they talking about, do we, y'all?
I can relate with Irene, because I also suffer from mental illness too, PTSD and MST.
Yeah.
From fully disabled. So I'm living off the VA compensation pen.
Yeah, me too.
No, it's not the exact same thing that her son went through, but I went through my own demons and stuff, and hopefully I came out on the better side of it. I'm okay, and it's a daily struggle, and to try to get through it, and finding a reason to, why life is worth living for,
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a blessing that you guys made your careers, and now your careers can take care of you.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your service, both of you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
thank you.
So what happened is, I guess I'll share, because Irene also wrote a book about Elaine Elizabeth Presley. Maybe you can mention that, and we can go on to say how CHAZ might be connected with that as well. So go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
Rolling.
All right.
So CHAZ, you're coming to Memphis to film.
Yeah. Kathy turned me on to this, and then she, we first found each other through myheritage.com, being related to one another. We're distant cousins.
I saw that in your bio. How about that?
Distant, Elizabeth Presley, which now we know with all the media and everything today is that, she's the, unknown, forgotten about daughter that finally came through with DNA tests and proven that she's a true daughter.
Yeah, yes.
Now she wants to do, because it's perfect timing with the Elvis came out with his film last year, and this year or next year will be Priscilla's. And so it'll be perfect for Lane to, piggyback right off those two back to back. Give the story of the Presleys, I hope
that will be good. Yeah.
Hoping to write this today, so I'm waiting for her to send the book to me, and I can get started. And because right now the writer's strike and the actor's strike are both going on.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little.
So,
while.
what's the name of your book, Irene, about Liz?
Okay, it's called The King's Kid.
Because I got her own book, Kid of the King.
Well, that was the original. That was my original title, The Kid of the King.
Oh, and okay.
Then it got turned around into because I wrote it as a biography originally, and then we turned it over to Lainey and as an autobiography, and I was basically the ghostwriter. And then to make a long story short, things got kind of tangled up, but it ended up that Lainey came back and asked me to come back with my original biography, which I did, and I decided to title it The King's Kid. It's the same story, but basically it's the original authentic story that I wrote. And I was so honored that she asked me to write this. And she was living with me at the time. And it was so exciting. I mean, not only the fact that she knew that she was Elvis's kid, but while she was living with me, while I was in the middle of writing the story, she discovers that she's Priscilla's baby as well.
Yeah.
Nothing could be more exciting. And I was so fortunate and privileged to be living through it all with her.
So do you have any scenes for me and Tam?
Let's talk about it.
Sybil's got to be in there.
Yeah,
I know.
Chaz, what do you think? What do you think, Chaz? Am I ready? Am I ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille?
Well, of course, we got to run that by Elaine, but I don't see what the problem would be with that.
We got to get clearance first.
Well, Elaine already told me, yes.
Did she? Okay.
And Tim too.
Yeah, what I was thinking.
All right.
Yeah, because she was going to do her recording, back here in February. Yeah. But, she was busy with something else. But she had already asked me and Tim to come and, be in the background and stuff with her on that. So I'm pretty sure we'll get a green thumbs up, okay?
Yeah.
Move around in the back scene somewhere.
Yeah, for that.
Are you saying, Jess? Go ahead.
Yeah, for the movie, I was thinking about writing a scene where she comes on your show, and that way your show can be showcased on the big screen.
Oh, love that. That's a perfect idea.
Do it.
She's been on. Well, she's actually been on the shore for about 4 times already. So she feels right at home here on the Emily Pearl Show. Like we try to make everyone feel at home. Yeah, and she is so sweet. I have her picture right here on my mantle, and her picture is the only picture of a person that's in my house.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
That's crazy good. That's crazy.
My son, how crazy is that? My son will tell you. I don't have a picture of me on the wall or mantle. I don't have a picture of him or his grandmother or my mother. Not even Sybil, but Elaine's picture is right there staring at me all the time. And the thing about it is, it's so weird that remember when everybody used to have the pictures of Jesus Christ on the wall, and they would walk and they say looked like his eyes was following them. And that's the way it is with Elaine's picture. Every which way I move, it looks like her eyes are following me, man. But it is so cool, and she is so beautiful on this picture. And it's an autographed copy. Personally, I was with her in person when she signed it for me. So I'm
Okay.
looking forward. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both are related to the Presleys also, which were related to Lane, so that helps too. We're all family.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
guys are all family, all in the family, but
Mhm.
not like Archie Bunker. No.
Chaz, you're related to Priscilla too, right? Like I am, Priscilla and Elvis,
Yeah,
or
both. Yeah.
just both? Yeah, just like me. That's what's so unusual about it.
Yeah.
It's both sides of the family,
Isn't that
Priscilla and
fun?
Elvis. I
Uh,
know, I know.
I think that everybody has relatives that they don't know about all around the world.
Yeah.
Because I often always thought that maybe I had twins, and they only gave me one baby. And I've been intending to ask my son
Yeah.
if he ever felt like he was missing a part of himself, like maybe he had a twin, but I never did until this show right now because the subject just came up. So,
Yeah.
Tim, have you ever felt like you
I have.
had a twin?
I have.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have.
Because back when we were giving babies, particularly African American women, we were in a ward. We did not have private rooms back then, and my baby was born at the John Gaston Hospital in Memphis, and the mother's maternity ward was a ward. We just did not have private rooms.
Right.
And I always thought, because of what happened with me was I wasn't awake during my delivery. Yeah, no, I have a very, very low tolerance to pain, and I actually fainted before delivering. When I woke up, it was like a whole day later, and the baby was already born. But I still, and that back then, they wouldn't let your family come in the room with you, like they do now. No, they just isolated you in there by yourself. And I just think I always thought they stole. I think I had a girl, and they stole my girl and gave me with the boy. But either way,
Okay.
I always let my son know that he is the best thing that I ever did in my life. Yay!
Yeah.
We have
Thank you.
stories going on here now.
Yeah, this is how we get comfortable because
They're honest and they're pure, and their things really do happen in real life like that. So
Yeah.
but yeah. So Irene, so let's bring up Vincent Price and how your mom, was good friends with Vincent. It could have been your
Vincent Price. Well, we all love Vincent Price. Audience, don't
Yeah.
y'all love Vincent Price?
Oh yeah.
Yes, for sure.
I kept telling my friends when I was a kid, well, my mom ended up marrying my daddy, and that's why I'm so priceless.
That's good.
That used to be the big joke. But anyway, I absolutely, he was so special. And it was a wonderful thing because he remained friends with mom, and daddy became good friends with him. And whenever he would come to town for one of his big performances, mother and daddy would always invite him over. They'd always have a dinner party in his honor. Wow. And I had the thrill of meeting him, and I called him Uncle Vinny. And it was just such a, I look back on it and I miss him. What a great guy. What a great guy.
Yeah. From my generation, how we came to know Vincent Price was, he did Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yep.
Yeah.
So at that particular time, I was in junior high school. So we had no idea who this voice was until we actually, searched and looked at the, the listings and
it's
everything.
And Monster Mash, right? Did he do Monster Mash, or was that somebody else?
I'm not sure about
Monster. It was a Monster Mash.
You know that.
Yep. Y'all remember that Halloween song?
I remember.
Yeah, but I think that was
I don't know if that's
related. That was the Wolfman, I think.
That was Wolfman Jack.
Oh, that was Wolfman Jack. You're right. Yeah.
But I have to bring up when Lainey was living with me, we had such a high. Vincent Price's daughter Victoria came in town to do a book signing and talk about her book. And of course, I brought Elaine along, and I was so excited. And obviously, Elaine was just completely ecstatic because it was an opportunity for them to meet the king of horror, to meet the king of rock and roll. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Really, really, really fun.
Well, let's take a moment and say hello to our some of our guests who have come into the studio and into the comment column. We got Mr. Guy Haynes. He says hello, everybody, and he says how are y'all doing? Okay, we got Ernestine from Michigan. She says hello, everyone.
Hi,
and we also have Mary Seals from Michigan. And we also have Sandra, way up here early. She was the first one in the show from Memphis that says hello. And how's everybody doing? All right. Okay, so let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll find out some more about IRENE and CHAZ. Hey, y'all, can y'all do a favor? Come on, let's share this great show. This is going to be one of the, this is going to be one of the, stars in the Sky Show, you know, for the Emily Pearl Show, okay? Yeah, this is going to be a marker, so you guys need to share this right straight away. Stick and stay. We'll be back. We'll be back.
Need to get your windshield fixed? SafeLight makes it easy. You can schedule it in just a few clicks, and we'll come to you with a replacement you can trust. It's great. That service on your time. Schedule now.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
What am I gonna get? Ooh, cherries. Oh, okay. How about cherry ice cream? With sprinkles? And maybe a baguette. And a French boy. Bonjour. Ooh la la, baby. You know what I need? Bath bombs. Bombs away! Gotta have Takis. Oh, I need balls. Okay, I'm gonna need some glue. Oh, and a new charger. I can never find those things. And I gotta get flowers for mommy. And a little something for me. Can I get a robe?
A VPN is great for security. A VPN is great for security and privacy. By hiding your IP address and encrypting your traffic, it shields your data from snoopers and all kinds of cyber attacks. But its protection scope is limited. So, NordVPN is becoming more than just a VPN. We're introducing a brand new feature to the desktop apps, Threat Protection, and it's going to take your digital security to the next level. Once you enable it on your NordVPN app, Threat Protection will guard your device against malicious websites, malware, trackers, and intrusive ads, even if you're not connected to a VPN server at the time. That's right, when you switch it on, it'll stay on, regardless of your VPN connection. Let's take a look at how it can improve your cybersecurity. Online, one wrong turn can spell disaster for your private data, but not with Threat Protection. It blocks dangerous websites that might potentially host malware, even if you click on a dangerous link by accident. Next up, Malware Protection. If you accidentally download an infected file, it's not the end of your devices just yet. Threat Protection scans every file you download. If a file turns out to be infected, it gets deleted immediately before it can wreak havoc on your computer. Most websites you enter are stuffed with trackers that follow you from one page to another, creating a unique profile of who you are and what you like. Threat Protection blocks trackers, so you can surf the net with more privacy. Ever opened a web page only to be bombarded with intrusive ads and loud autoplay videos? Well, they're not only annoying, some of them can actually be a cyber threat. Threat Protection blocks the intrusive and malicious ads on the spot. So, how do you take your device security to the next level? Make sure you have the latest NordVPN app version on your computer. Then open it and click on the little shield. It's the Threat Protection icon. Toggle the switch on and enjoy ultimate security. You can also find Threat Protection Lite on your mobile apps, but it won't block trackers or malicious files on your phone just yet. Step up your cybersecurity and stay safe.
Welcome to the Shack 12-Week Shred. My name is Rock Shabazz, and I'm here to take you through the same program that I made for this guy right here.
This program is without a doubt a huge reason why I was able to get fit and stay fit. If you put in the work and stay consistent, you just might be able to keep up. It's time for you to get to work.
So, are you going to Amy's wedding?
I don't have the money.
Yeah, you do. Who are you? I'm you, from the future. And I just got paid.
And I'm Dave. I can get you up to $500 of your future money now.
Up to $500 instantly?
Instantly.
That's amazing. Oh, who's he? Oh, this is Paolo. We met at the reception. Hi. Hola. Hello. Paolo. That's me.
Download Dave and get up to $500 instantly.
So, are you...
All right, everybody. Thank y'all for sticking and staying with me. I know we had quite a few partners that came on during the break, but I wanted to get them all in. Not all, but I got most of them, maybe half of them in, because I didn't want to have to stop for break anymore. And I'm getting a lag in my computer right now because I think that it's raining outside. And in my area, every time it rains, something goes wrong. Okay. All right, then. Bringing in the rest of the team. Bringing in Tim, and we got Irene, and we got Cathy. I might do some rearranging, and we got CHAZ. Everybody's still here. Yep. All right, great. Yep. All right, no problem. All right, so CHAZ, I got to take time out and let you know, if you see at the bottom of my ticker tape on the show, that I produced, wrote, directed my first movie, of which I had no inkling of ever doing a movie. I've watched movies all of my life, but I did this in 2017. It's called M. Pearls, AAL, the movie. And I'm going to send you a link. Thank you so much for accepting my friend request. I'm going to send you a link so that you can watch it and critique it for me.
Okay,
because
great.
I want to do a series, and I've already started writing on the series. Like, and all I have written so far is half of the first episode.
It's a start.
That's the start, right? And I think I know where I can get funding from, but I would like to start filming in next year, maybe around the spring. And so I want to have my script written, and so I can start auditions at the top of the year. And so, since you are a screenwriter, I might be seeking some help from you. This movie is a clean movie, and I was so surprised at how well it was received. It's now playing on Roku TV, on Tubi. It's also playing on Plex. Started out on Amazon. Then it went to Pataflix in Germany. And now it's all over the world on different platforms. And you can just Google it and you can find all the platforms. And then when people are in the UK, when they Google it, they have their own platforms. They don't always have the same ones that we have here, you know. But TikTok gave a report that it has received 433 million views. Can you believe that?
Wow. Congratulations.
And this was we get an audience clap on that. And the thing about it, is it was a low budget film.
Right.
But I'm a stickler for quality. And I received this heavenly message from God to do this. And I was like, what? I've never done a movie before. Wasn't thinking wait a minute. I did a radio show. You told me to do that. Then I did a Facebook Live. I've done that. I said, now you're telling me to do a movie? Come on, God, really? But what he wanted me to show, and I didn't realize it until I actually got into writing it. What he wanted me to show people is that people still have a yearning for just clean movies. You know, I mean, no cursing, no nudity, just a good plot, good drama, good actors, good, quality video. And that's what I poured into this. And I am so proud that it has been received very well, because the movie industry, to me, with all this R-rated stuff, X-rated stuff, it's like ruining our children. And we need more clean movies that family can sit down and watch together, like when we grew up. You know what I'm saying, CHAZ?
Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, we had a series that we put out, a comedy series with my cousin. Initially, it was called The Billy Tim Show, and then it's kind of complicated title-wise, but it was clean comedy, because a lot of these comedic acts and movies and everything else are so raunchy and nasty these days. Like, it's just, it's no clean family good fun anymore,
Yeah. And that was my goal. That was God's goal, and I accomplished His goal. And and that's what the series will be based from this movie.
Right.
And so I won't go tell you all about it. I'm just gonna send you the link tonight.
Yeah.
And you'll see that the series will be based from this character, the lead character of the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Back to you, Kathleen. Back to you.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, CHAZ, can you tell us what you do with your partner in that one particular film that is showing in Finland at the moment, or recently? Mm-hmm.
That was the film is super cool, and it's an ironic story about this one, because you always wonder in the industry, how many people steal projects, because you pitch them, you have the emails you find on IMDb Pro, and you contact them and you send them, everything you have, and unless you have a non-disclosure or something like that to protect yourself. Earlier on, my partner Eric was pitching all over the town, and he got this guy said he'd be interested in it, but the guy wound up stealing it. And it took a while for Eric to hire a security company and get wind that this could have been his project. Was initially titled The Science of Cool, which we wrote together. And so inadvertently, it wanted to get stolen, and then it was shopped around and optioned until finally a film company, Yellow Films, that bought it. And then when Eric showed them and contacted them and proved to them that it was stolen, that it was his original project, because he kept like 6 same character names, that they paid him half the script fee and they made him executive producer, and it was really nice of them to do that. So basically the version that's out there now, Super Cool, is not our version. This is a very raunchy version. We just got done talking about it. But our Science of Cool was very clean cut. It was more like Nickelodeon style, for kids, high school kids, but it was a cleaner version.
Right.
But the reality of high school these days is, yes, the kids are very raunchy. They're very undisciplined sometimes, Yeah. And I know Super Cool is a little bit more realistic, probably, to be honest. But we wanted something clean for the films, that show that you can have fun and show
right. Exactly
without having all that raunchiness,
I know, right? Yeah, and you have to be careful. I know when I was writing my film, even my close friends wanted to know what it was about, and then they wanted the copy of the script way ahead of time. I was like, no, can't do that. I had to be very protective of my script, my ideas, my locations. I had to be very, very secretive, and a lot of them, I lost some people along the way because they didn't like it, but it was okay. Because I have to do what I do. When you're in this entertainment business, you have to do what you have to do to protect you. And you're gonna lose some people, and it's probably best they're gone anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, unfortunately, they're just not. Not friends like you thought they were. I mean, it's like if you're a true friend, you wouldn't put that pressure on a person. You would say, "Okay, we'll wait till the movie comes out. We love you. We support you." For them to bail on like that just because you didn't give them a copy of the script is, it's wrong.
Yeah, and the last place I found, and it reminds me so much of Jesus when he went to his hometown. He was loved and renowned all over the other cities and towns, and during his journey. And then when he visited his own hometown, they were the very ones that did not believe in him, did not support him. And I learned through this project that the last place that you're going to find your support, the most support, is going to be from your own hometown. Yeah, and and so I mean, I started trying to do hometown, get hometown support, and I saw it wasn't going to work. So I just started reaching out to people I did not even know. And guess who edited my film? Well, you can't guess, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. Somebody way over in United Kingdom that lives in Hull, England. You see what I mean?
Right.
Did an excellent job.
Well,
And
next time, remember, I also edit. I love editing.
also, wow, that is so great! Yay!
Speaking of Jesus, funny story that with a relation with Kathy and I and Elaine, on my family tree, I have like over 86,000 relatives, and one of them is Jesus Christ.
Wow!
Wow.
That's
God, I don't have that.
Oh my God!
So,
it was it's through his.
He disappeared.
I just gonna ask him a question too.
That was so good. Well, he already gave me a link, and so I can access some of his. And we both are related to Johnny Depp too.
Okay. Cool.
CHAZ and I.
So Ms. Irene, since we got you here, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that you haven't written for that you would probably say, hey, I would love for this person to write for this person a song?
Oh my Lord. Anybody that I have not written a song for?
Yeah, like anybody that you haven't written before.
Oh, I've written songs for so many wonderful people.
Wow.
Hello.
I've written, let's see, I've written about 8 or 9 of my songs for Elaine.
Okay. Didn't know that.
And I wrote a very special song, As You Dream Tonight, in honor of Olivia Newton-John.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
It was very special. And my dream is that somehow that song might be resurrected, because I was totally inspired by her, and the song, I just felt her inside me when I wrote that song and when I sang it,
Oh, okay, great. Wow.
Yeah, but I wanted to clarify something in the last bit when I was talking about my introducing Elaine to Victoria, Vincent Price's daughter. I think I wanted to clarify and correct what I said. It was so exciting because it was the daughters. It was introducing the 2 daughters of the king of rock and roll and the king of horror. I wanted to make sure I said that correctly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you did say the king of rock and roll, but I knew exactly what you meant.
Having the daughters meet each other was really special.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what you meant. I think the audience did too.
Yeah.
So Irene, oh, sorry. Well, I was just going to bring one more topic up on that.
Go ahead.
So Victoria, she talked to you about, some questions you had about your mom and Vincent Price's relationship, right? And so didn't she clarify a little bit, Victoria? Did she, is that what I understood, that, about how, they were very close and everything, and she filled in.
When she wrote the biography about her dad, she talked a whole long page. I'll never forget it, on page 259, I think it was. Anyway, she talked all about her father's amorous, incredible relationship with this woman he deeply loved named Dottie. But she had no idea who Dottie was, and she said that in the book. And I found out through our alma mater. I called and I found out how to reach her. And I called her and I told her. She called my mother the mysterious Dottie. And I told her all about my mother, Dottie Leland. And she was totally mesmerized. And as a result of that phone call, I ended up writing an article called The Mysterious Dottie. And I talk all about this and what a, ultimate thrill it was to get to know her on the phone and then to ultimately meet her. But to have her understand, who Dottie was, because my mother was really, I mean, they were engaged. This was a major relationship. And,
wow.
It's kind of cool.
It's kind of
And
cool.
she knew the Kennedys too, right? Your mom?
My
Because-
mother was very good friends with Jackie's mother, Janet Auchincloss. They were they were on the same board of Stratford Hall, which is the birthplace of Robert E. Lee. And so they were directors from their states. And I had the fun of meeting Mrs. Auchincloss. And interestingly, her daughter, Jackie, never came. She never came. But her grandchildren, Little John and what's the daughter's name? I can't say her name right now. But anyway, Caroline. They came when they were kids to Stratford. And my daddy took them fishing. And so that was a big event. I'll never forget Daddy at the dining room table telling the story about taking Caroline and John fishing at Stratford Hall.
I know, right? That's awesome.
Yeah. It was kind of neat. Yeah. It was a great
memories.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good old memories.
So, Tim, did you have a question? I'm sorry, I took over.
Yeah, Chaz, I was just going to pick your brain for a minute. Without giving away all of your secrets, could you tell me what is your process? What does that consist of when you're writing a screenplay? Do you already see the character as you're writing, or vice versa?
Yeah, I do. When I write, I start off usually with like a daydream, and I kind of run this scene through my head and scenario. So I kind of have in mind with the characters. I actually maybe sometimes I'll act out a scene in my head, and but what I recommend to most screenwriters, everybody keeps asking the question, what does it take to be a screenwriter? How can I be a screenwriter? Well, it's not like a regular job. This is a very unique, special skill. Mm-hmm. And my first tip to them is you have to have an open imagination, a daydreamer, vivid dreams that you can remember, and stuff like that. And so if you have that basis, then you can learn the nuts and bolts in a classroom to learn how to do the formatting, structure, character development, dialogue, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And they always recommend read other scripts to also learn as a teacher, and to help you see how it's all put together. But yeah, I mean, I envision things and I get ideas. Sometimes if I'm out, I have to write on a piece of paper or napkin so I won't forget later.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
I got ADHD, so I have a nonstop process mind. I mean, it's just sometimes when I'm typing, I trip over my own fingers. I'm so because my thought process is so fast.
Yeah.
And I'm a screenwriter too. One of my quickest scripts that I wrote for a friend of mine, he was going to go see Master P, and he wanted to pitch it to him in Michigan. And I wrote the screenplay about 3.5, 4 days flat.
Wow, that's good, great.
Yeah,
you are fast.
That was commitment. Yeah, that was a lot of commitment there. But I did it, and I know I'm a fast writer. But like they always say, writing is rewriting. So your first draft doesn't have to be perfect. You just got the process is rewriting, smooth it over. Get other people to look at it to see how your grammar is, your punctuation, everything else, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's other than that, so don't worry about the first draft. That writing is rewriting. And so when I wrote it 3.5, 4 days, I knew we can smooth it over eventually. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, when I was writing, just from luckily for me, I have a BA in English, and I've been scoring the national school test that they take for about 10 years. So I have a lot of experience in grammar and writing and creative writing I took in college as well. Lucky for me, I have a master's, and I have a master's in liberal arts. Wow. But what I did, I'm like you, when I was writing my script, I had all these characters in my head. I had a whole nother world going on in my head. These characters interacting with each other, and me changing what they're going to say and where they're going to say it or how they're going to do it. And, and I'm in the middle of it. It's like living in a 3D world, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean by the open imagination. You have to role play and daydream the whole thing. And then you'll get the characters down, locations, you'll get the, everything that's the setting where it's at and everything. And that's, my process, I don't outline. A lot of people outline.
I don't either. Wow, isn't that something? Yeah.
I shoot from the hip. I just write from the hip, and I just start a script, and I just keep going, and I know how it begins, and I know how it's going to end, and I just fill in the middle.
And the funny thing about me is I start from the end.
Yeah,
I do. I start from the end, and then I go to the beginning.
Right.
And then I bring those two parts together in the middle, and I try to do my climax in the middle, you know?
Yeah, you should always know the ending when you're writing. Yeah, if you don't, it's good. Like my friend of mine, he wrote a screenplay on yellow legal paper initially, and it was like over 300-400 pages because he didn't know the ending, and he just kept going and going and going. I said, Rob,
my God, yeah, woo. That's what happens. You'll get writer's block too if you don't know how it's gonna end.
I never had writer's block, luckily. I mean, that's why I've written over 200 scripts since 2004. So, I mean,
I know, right?
It's not a problem. I mean, I can pick up an old script and just, read a few pages, get me reacclimated, and then I can just keep on writing. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I definitely need you on my team.
Oh yeah. Love to talk about the series. So.
One quick question. So what are you working on now? What are you pitching? Are you pitching it individually or with your partner?
With my partner, Eric Gorn, we are pitching this project. His wife talking about how do you get ideas. She had a dream about this idea years ago. And she told her husband, Eric, about it. And they developed a screenplay years ago. It was initially called The Throwaways. He had Corey Haim, Dolph Lundgren, a whole bunch of other people attached. Never got made. Corey Haim passed away in 2010. And so it got kind of halted a little bit. And then I came on board and I helped him develop the script a little more. And I did most of the rewrites now. So we pitched and we've had it fully casted twice. But it's still tough to get the movie made. I'm sure Pearl knows. To get the funding, to get everything, all that pieces together.
Yeah. COVID really shut down a lot of funding.
Yeah. So it changed title a few times. It went from Human Factor to Humagen. Currently is I Am Human, and then we retitled it called Termination now.
I saw that on your IDB. I always get the letters wrong. I am.
Yeah, it was about about the homeless, and that's the main theme. So a lot of movies that just have like a homeless character. And they might feature, but this is strictly about the homeless way of life, and that they may be at the bottom of the food chain, but they're still human beings.
That's
the whole
right.
Story is, what would you do if you knew something bad was happening to the homeless? Would you step up? Would you do something about it? And that's what our story is about.
Right.
And, I know I was, the reason I came aboard this and I found this project with Eric is because I was homeless for a little bit on the streets of LA, as a veteran. And it was near dear to my heart because I know the element. I know Skid Row. I mean, it's the most homeless area in the world, and so I knew a lot of the elements and knew everything. And so I had to see this, come aboard this project with him, and I told him why, and he thought it was a perfect fit.
Right.
And, but yeah, I mean, it was near and dear to our hearts, and that's why I came on board the project. When Corey passed away, I contacted Eric and said, "What do you want to do with this project? You want to just squash it in his memory or carry it on in his memory?" And he said, "I want to carry it. What can you do?" And so
awesome.
We've been teamed up since 2010. Yeah.
That's awesome. Let's get a round of applause on that one. That's a good job. Good job.
Yeah. Thank you.
So Irene, where can we find your music?
Yeah, let's give us a segue to where to find everything, and then we're gonna close up.
Please go. I'm on all the digital stores: Amazon, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify. I'm just really happy about that. And I also had a big kick after I wrote the wonderful story about Elaine. Elaine encouraged me to go ahead and use because I'm a voiceover artist, and she encouraged me to use that skill. So I had the fulfillment of doing the narration, basically being the voice of what I wrote about her life. So
oh wow,
it's out there now.
that's awesome.
Lainey just told me recently it's live now everywhere. It's called The King's Kid, and it's the audio book. So,
awesome, good, congratulations, congratulations.
Yeah. Get into voiceover work.
Very special work, very special story.
You do it, Chaz? You said you do it too?
No, my son wants to get into voiceover work. Yeah,
I did voiceover work for about 8 years.
Yeah.
For Channel 17 Comcast Cable here locally in Memphis. And I used to make them myself, CHAZ. You know, before everything got so really creative digitally, where it's really easy to do now. I had to do it the hard way, you know, and had to leave the black in the front of the recording. You know how it goes, right? Remember those days? 3 second black. Chaz knows what I'm talking about.
Well, Chaz, besides the film site, where else can we find you? Could you have a general website or no?
We're developing one for humanistic films. We just created some emails, so we're going to get a website up soon. Put our projects up there. Just IMDb Pro and social media, not Twitter, but I'm on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be able to share it because I've got your stuff, and you're my friend now, so I'll be able to share your stuff all over. So
thank you.
Just make your posts and include me, tag me. And then that way, whatever you put out there, I'll get it and I'll just spread it all around.
Awesome.
I'm good at doing that.
Spread the love. I love it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. But the thing about it is, you got to market yourself because nobody's going to knock on my door and say, "Hey, Emily Pearls, what do you do?" Nobody's going to knock on my door and ask me that. So, you know, you got to be your first marketer rather than somebody else marketing you for you. You got to be your marketing for yourself first.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, listen, this has been so awesome. Tim, closing remarks.
Oh, great show. Thanks so much, IRENE and CHAZ, for coming by, sharing with us. We really appreciate it. With that, I just wish everybody love, peace, and happiness, and let's be safe out there.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Cathy, last words before we go to our guests.
Well, we'll have to have him on again because Chaz is working with both IRENE and Elaine. So we'll have to bring him on again. And
we'll bring the whole team here. We can have about 10 people on here. I can have up to 10 people at the same time.
Okay.
So that'll be a real blast. Yeah.
We'll keep this going. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and IRENE, your last comments.
My what?
Closing
your last
comments.
comment. Your last comment.
I don't like to say last. I'm retracting that. Your closing comment. Your closing comments. Yeah.
All right.
My closing comment is I appreciate this and I thank you all so much for including me in this lovely show. And I thank Elaine too, because she's the one that opened so many doors for me. And he's been the dearest friend in all the world. And I'm so honored and happy that we're going to be working on her movie with CHAZ. That's going to be awesome.
Yes. And IRENE, I know I'll probably see you in August. Are you coming to Memphis?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Wow. Okay. You know, we got the Elvis month in August.
Oh, that's right.
We do. Yeah, we do. I think we do Candlelight. So we're going to be meeting, I think around the 21st of August. So a bunch of us are going to gather for hang out at Marlowe's, and we're going to have some food. Cathy, are you coming down?
Well, it'd be great. I hadn't thought of it. But CHAZ, you're in Pittsburgh. How far are you from Memphis?
Yeah, I mean, if it's a drive, I don't know, what is it? 7 to 10 hours, maybe, give or take.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so maybe I'll look it up and see if I can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great if you could do that, Cathy. Us all together there at Marlowe's, and Missy is just awesome. She'll spoil you. She's the owner, and she knows us, she loves us, and we love her. CHAZ, your closing comments.
Pretty short and sweet. We'll see you at the movies.
Ah, like that. That's a good one there. Well,
Yeah.
listen, I just like to thank my guests, two special guests tonight. Personally, you guys have been fantastic. You were in living color tonight. All right. And of course, Kathy, we couldn't do it without you.
Absolutely.
For
Yeah.
Well, can I add one thing about
Yes.
our next guest?
Yes.
Our next guest is going to be Plastic EP from Melbourne, Australia. And I co-hosted with him on his podcast. And he's a real Beatle fanatic. He does all kinds of things with the Beatle authors and special people, even his hairdresser and the monkeys. So,
and he's got my initials, Emily Pearls.
yes, this is true.
And the thing about it is, on my workplace before I retired in 2011, all of my coworkers called me EP. They didn't ever call me by my name. They just called me EP. They did, yeah.
That's something. That's something.
So
He is a real character.
I can't wait to meet him.
We interviewed
some fun being on his show thanks to you, Kathy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'll have to get everybody on the show. I'll have to get you, Emily. Yeah. I'll have to get Tim. I'll have to get Chaz. Go ahead.
Yeah. I would love to. Yeah.
Yeah, I got one last thing. Speaking of the Beatles, quick story. I was in LA, Amoeba Records, and they had a line, and they said, well, you got to wait in line. This is a very special event. We can't tell you what it is. So we waited for hours and hours and hours. We finally get in, and they have a little stage in the back. It's a pretty good sized record store, but just a small stage in the back. So we're all gathered, and who comes out? None other than Paul McCartney.
Wow.
Private little concert get together. And Ringo Starr was in the crowd also. So the last two Beatles alive were there, and it was just speechless and just amazing just to be there for that.
Wow!
You get any pictures? Any pictures?
Video and pictures back then, but they were on an old hard drive that crashed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I thank all of you again. I thank, of course, my son, my right-hand man, the heartbeat of the South, and every beat of my heart. Sybil, by the way, everybody, in case you were wondering, she's on vacation. She's in Alabama. She's 12, and she's enjoying herself. She'll be back in about a week or so, right?
Yes.
And I cannot do it without my audience, because audience, what we do is for you. And I thank all of you that are watching now. I thank all of you that will watch the replay. By the way, this will be available to watch again as soon as we end the show. And about 1 minute after we end the show, you can always go to the Emily Pearl Show on Facebook and click on the latest show, and then watch all the rest of them too while you're there. So to all of my friends and all of my pearls, rather, and the listening audience tonight, a pearl is defined as a precious thing. It is the finest example of something special. So it doesn't matter whether you are rich or poor. You, my pearls, are a precious thing. You are the finest example of someone special. All right. And as we say around here in the Emily Pearl studio, listen, don't hate them, congratulate them. And if you deem it and mean it, I promise you, my pearls, everything good that you do will what? Come
back to you.
Yes, I do. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We love you.